Where am I looking? Over there. Good morning. Good morning. If things look a little bit different this morning, it's because we're filming on Paul's doodah. His, what's it called? Tablet. His Samsung tablet. And we're having to remember to look over here because that's where the lens is. So a little, Paul, is that R2-D2? I don't want that making noises all the way through. That is that my phone?
It might be your phone.
Oh, Paul, be a love and go and get it for me, darling. I have to navigate through cameras and equipment and things.
You can carry on talking.
Don't take all day, Paul. Thank you very much. Let's just make sure that it's muted so it doesn't start making noises all the time. What? What's happening, Paul?
It's like that dog. Look.
Well, I wasn't going to say anything.
What was his name?
Who?
That dog.
What dog?
That dog that had big floppy ears.
Oh, I don't know. Anyway, we're filming on Paul's tablet because my camera has become unreliable.
As has his phone.
Well, it's broken now.
Oh,
not really. Yeah, it's.
I can feel the patches.
Don't be touching yourself on video, Paul. It's not that kind of channel.
No.
Although we could do a clickbait.
There's plenty of that going on. Yeah.
My breasts went on holiday to Belly Button Bay. They are, believe you me, and that's something we want to discuss in today's video.
Sunday chat!
I'm Richard and this is Paul. Yes.
It's all sort of topsy-turvy, isn't it, at the moment?
What do you mean?
Well, it's sort of like different.
Well, I like different. I like change. But I just wanted to go back to this thing about looking at the lens. When you're making videos on your camera or your tablet, always make sure you look in the lens, not at the screen.
Yeah.
In the lens. It's more professional. Like us, professional, high quality.
I did, when I was doing the purple sprouting broccoli the other day, I did carry on looking elsewhere, I must admit.
It's funny because there is a temptation to look at oneself.
Well, you've had that temptation forever. I haven't. I've never quite found a mirror that fits me widthways.
Oh,
really.
shut up. You were much slimmer when I met you.
I was.
You were.
I was.
You were slim. And
I was 13 stone when I met Richard.
I was going to say slim and toned, but that would be a lie.
And then comfort eating and all of that over the years.
Drinking.
Put me up to about 24 stone 12, wasn't I? And then I lost a lot of weight and got down to 15 stone 3.
How did you lose the weight, Paul?
I went to Weight Watchers and we had a really good guy called Rick who was brilliant, absolutely fantastic. He was the leader of Weight Watchers locally. Fantastic. And then of course he moved on to other things and others came and they were all a bit fey and I stopped going. But also when I got down to 15.3, I went to see Mum and Mum said to me something like, oh, I think you're getting a little bit skinny in the face, bit thin in the face. And that's sort of, you know how when your parents say something, it triggers things in your mind of, you know, she wasn't happy with that. And I then put on 3 stone.
Paul.
And that's sort of where I am now.
Paul.
Yeah.
Both of those anecdotes are lovely, but in both of them, you've blamed somebody else.
No, it's not.
For your weight gain.
No, it's my fault. It's utterly my fault. But I'm showing the reasoning behind it, which.
No. You need to take responsibility for it.
I am
We
responsible.
eat
Oh,
really
no.
well.
Too well.
We eat fruit and veg every day. You're very active down at the plot. Yeah, no, you are. Aren't you?
Well, I do sit down occasionally and sort of just look at foxes and things. Mull the world.
Okay, but you're more active than you were.
Yeah, yeah.
So you're doing the right things. It's portion control. We've said it before, we'll say it again. We eat enough for 4 people very often.
Each.
No, we do. We eat enough for about 4 people.
That's what I mean, each. Yeah.
No, we don't.
No.
When we make a dish or a meal, we usually make enough for 6.
Yeah.
Eat enough for 4 and have a couple of portions left over.
Yes.
For later.
Which we then add a tin of baked beans to or something.
Yes.
Mm.
So, that's what we need to unlearn. We need to learn to cook just enough for the 2 of us.
Or we need to learn, more importantly, to cook what we cook, but then portion it out more carefully so that we eat less.
Or eat from a smaller plate with tiny knives and forks. Yeah, gives the illusion that you're having a huge meal. I think that's a good idea. We should all start doing that from now on.
That is one of the things that Weight Watchers, this woman at Weight Watchers, one of the leaders, said, put your meal on a small plate. And somebody the next week brought in a huge sort of paella plate. It was just hilarious. It made me laugh.
Why was it hilarious?
It was hilarious because it had words "small plate" on this huge paella dish. She'd made it. That's why. So it was a small plate. She was a ceramicist.
So the story's coming out bit by bit.
Yeah, bit by bit. Yeah.
That's not how jokes work.
But for me, also, what am I doing which I had stopped doing?
Drinking.
Having a glass or 2 of wine every day. That needs to stop. Absolutely.
Well, no. Look, saying things like
it doesn't need
that
to stop.
needs to stop.
No.
Is the wrong thinking. So I'm allowed to have a wine, but I'll just have half a glass.
Yes. Or actually, what I was doing absolutely fine by having a glass or so a week, a couple of glasses a week. And I know, there's no reason that I need to have wine. So,
well, there is, because it gives you pleasure. That's the reason why you have it. And we all know that if we're trying to cut down or change a habit, to deprive yourself is very difficult because life suddenly looks very dark and bleak.
And empty.
With that deprivation. So it's important to treat yourself and to enjoy what you enjoy. Look, when you buy wine, you buy good wine.
Yeah.
It's always good wine and it's usually red. So enjoy a glass of red, a small glass of red once a day. Why not?
Yeah.
Okay. But you could actually take your time to have that glass of wine.
Yes.
Rather than,
I'll have a cup of tea before I have a glass of wine.
Don't ever drink a glass of wine if you're thirsty.
No.
That's a big mistake because you neck it back and straight to your head.
It's gone.
Lovely. And then you want more. More. There's always more. Anyway, let's get on with the show, shall we, Paul?
That was a nice little diversion.
Paul?
Yeah.
Are you wearing your new braces? Oh, lovely.
So,
They're gorgeous. Show them off.
So I've moved to braces.
To hold his trousers
To hold
up.
my trousers up. And I rather like them. I've got another pair that is all sort of green and gardeny, and lots of leaves and things.
I think they're rather sexy.
Right, let's put those away.
Whatever. Don't put the hood on. That's not sexy.
Yeah, I had that incident, as you may remember, a few weeks ago, where I was wheelbarrowing something and my trousers fell down. Even though my belt was on it, my trousers fell down.
And he was wearing underwear.
I was wearing underwear, yeah. It wasn't a commando day, no. And so I decided that actually what I would do is I would get some braces. And I bought 2 pairs of braces. And I'm loving them. I think they're fantastic.
So you're not wearing belts?
No.
No, that's great, because belts cut into you.
Well, braces can cut you. You need to get the length of the braces
tension.
right. Otherwise,
Right.
it tightens up your chibugus.
It pulls up the crotch.
Yeah, you don't want that.
No, but I'd rather have a bit of tightness around the crotch than look as though I've got an operation scar when I take my clothes off at night.
So I'm really enjoying the braces.
Good.
And they do, you have to sort of position them right. Otherwise they go, they
Are you
rub.
checking that it's still recording, Paul?
They rub. Yeah, look, it says 11:37. Look.
How lovely.
And they sort of rub on your nipples, but which isn't. Mind you, the other day I was kneeling down to tend my brassicas, and I was like, ooh, that's
Paul,
quite nice.
don't say things like that. It's disgusting.
It gave me quite a sort of
Don't.
lift. It really did.
Don't.
So
Stop.
no, you need to make sure they're positioned right.
It's far too pornographic for my liking. Thank
They're
you very
fab though.
much.
They're fab because I can just go around doing things without my trousers falling
Get it?
down.
You've got braces. That's great. Move on now. Let's move on to the next subject. You wanted to mention Mum.
Yes. We didn't mention Mum last week because we had issues with the camera last week, as you know. Fortunately, as you know, Mum has some care that has come back in the morning. Fortunately, from last Monday, it's come back every morning. So she's having her personal care in the morning, which is terrific. Unfortunately, she was thinking about that while getting dressed last Saturday and fell. And badly, she hasn't injured herself, but she bruised herself. So she's still she's got a bruise, which is a bit painful at the moment. But she's so pleased to have that care back in the morning, because it really was quite difficult for her getting up, getting dressed, doing the bed, all of that type of thing, which I know many other people have to do who don't have care. But I'm so pleased, and she's so pleased that care has come back, because things in Guernsey are sort of different to over here. They had quite a lockdown really early on, and in fact Orany, which is the Guernsey airline, has cancelled all flights apart from one to Southampton and inter-island flights until September. So again, it's not something we can do, because to go over there, one would need to self-isolate for 14 days, which obviously means staying in Mum's house and not going out, which is not practical, because if I go over there, it would need to, I'd need to be able to help and give my brother a break and that type of thing. And then, of course, when we come back here, there's going to be a 14-day isolation period again. So that's like 28 days to go and see Mum. We normally go for a couple of days, so it's a big chunk of the month out.
Yeah, it's impossible.
I wouldn't be able to go to the allotment. If I went on my own to Guernsey and came back, I'd have to self-isolate in the house. So I wouldn't be able to attend the allotment and all things like that. But yeah, it's great that Mum's got that care back, though I was disappointed, though fully appreciating why this has happened. I was disappointed that Orany has cancelled flights through to September, but I fully appreciate why it has happened. I think Guernsey's doing really well. I mean, they have had deaths, but yeah, low numbers. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we're obviously here still in the situation where we should all be staying at home and, not doing much. But people are, like we've said before, that, people are moving around and doing stuff when maybe they, shouldn't be so relaxed yet. But again, we've said it before. I mean, we're not going to bore you with that, but the government saying, that they were easing lockdown was a real mistake.
Yeah.
Because people don't fully listen to the whole story. People take what they want from a statement and make it their own. That's not the whole story. Lockdown isn't eased. We still have to stay indoors. We still have to socially distance and, all of that.
I mean, our local pub has opened for takeaway.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, what that means is that people congregate on the road outside the pub because they've taken it away from the pub. And our allotment gate is just next to the pub, opposite it. And yesterday I had to ask people to move away from the allotment gate so that I could get in. And when I asked them to move away, they looked at me as if I was an idiot, But when I saw them drinking, many of them, generally younger men, sort of 25 to 40, were not socially distancing. And I know that many of those people that I saw yesterday do not live in the same household. If you're going to do that, then make sure you socially distance as well.
I mean, we all know, I've said this before, but we all know what happens the minute you have a few drinks. The inhibitions disappear, the attitude changes towards things. And, we are all in the same boat. This is the effect that alcohol has on people. Things become very relaxed and you're more liable to just say, sod it. Who cares about social distancing? I'll be all right if I get it. Well, tell that to all the people that died.
Yeah, and who are chronically ill.
Yeah.
But
let's move on because, frankly, it's everybody's sick of it.
Yeah, moved on. Move on. What's next?
The other thing that I'm getting a bit sick of, again, while we're on a moaning streak, is the clickbaity videos again that I've seen a rash of. Just so you know, I'm making this statement now. Dear YouTubers, dear fellow YouTubers, if you make a clickbaity video, I and Paul immediately unsubscribe.
I don't even see them because I think I've already unsubscribed.
Thank you. That's my statement.
I might do a clickbaity video tomorrow though. I might do one saying, it's all gone horribly wrong.
No, that's too predictable. Everybody does those.
Why
not?
In this instance, it has gone wrong. So.
Why not? My breasts ran off and
with the milkman
are now living under the sofa in a theme park called Breastland. I don't know.
Is Breastland a theme park in Brest in Belgium?
Oh God, it might be.
Might be.
Anyway, let's move on. Oh, I think we've covered all the subjects now.
We haven't.
That's it.
Really? Gosh.
My sewing journey has been covered in my mini vlogs, daily vlogs, if you want to go and see, but I've been really enjoying making mistakes, getting things wrong. As I've said before, don't want to cover over old blah, 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 blah.
Cover old ground?
I don't want to go over old ground. That's what I was trying to say. But I'm sure that you will get more of my sewing journey. As the weeks and months go on. I've actually found a couple of things that I need to repair. Love doing a repair.
My inside pockets of my jeans have got holes in them.
What do they need repairing?
Yeah.
I can do that. Yeah. Lovely.
Should we do a crotch shot They can.
No!
Oh.
Disgusting.
I just thought it would show the repairs.
Paul, if we start doing crotch shots, who knows where that will lead to? It's a gateway thing. I think you'll find.
They said that the other day. They said crotch on the sewing bee, didn't we?
They said crotch instead of crotch.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with saying crotch.
Mm.
Crotch, crotch, crotch.
Crotch is a thing.
So...
Crochet.
No, that's crochet.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
Are you doing your crochet?
I haven't done any crochet because I've been sewing machining.
You did have a... it's all gone horribly wrong.
Did I?
Moment yesterday, didn't you?
No.
When we were watching the Golden Girls, you came in
I had
to
to unpick. I had to unpick.
Yeah, so he was unpicking.
I'm not the first person that's had to unpick some sewing, Paul, and I'm sure I won't be the last.
Are you going to show
I'm not perfect. I've shown it on my mini vlog. Go and watch the mini vlog. Not now, but later. And you'll be able to see my sewing creations.
I think you're doing remarkably well.
Thank you, Paul.
I really do, though. I mean,
Thank
genuinely.
You. I'm bloody thank you.
I wasn't talking to you then.
Bloody thank you.
I'm just really impressed by what he's doing and how he's doing it. And you're working through issues, aren't you?
Yes. Learning as I go.
Yeah. So when it's all gone horribly wrong, he knows how to put it all wonderfully right.
Well, not necessarily. No. I've got a list of things that I probably need to ask Vivi about. I'm sure she'll be able to tell me.
Bunching.
Bunching.
You've got an issue when you've got layers of how to cut the fabric when you're folding things over so you don't get a bunch of fabric.
Things like that, which I'm not going into now. So I think we've covered everything now, Paul. It's just a quick Sunday chat today.
Sunday chat!
Oh, jeez.
We have been watching...
What?
RuPaul's Celebrity Drag Race.
Celebrity Drag Race. It's been really good, actually. 4
episodes on Netflix. And yeah, we've enjoyed it. Particularly that the 3rd episode with the 3 guys.
Yes, check it out on Netflix now. That's RuPaul's Celebrity Drag Race. What else have we been watching?
And there's a RuPaul live at the Flamingo in Las Vegas. I didn't know that.
We won't be going to see that.
No, we won't be going to see that.
What else have we been watching? The Golden Girls, as usual.
Yeah.
We've been literally just watching TV in the evenings for me.
Yeah. I've watched some episodes of Poirot again whilst doing something else because I do like something going on in the background.
I find that when I get to sort of 8:30, 9 o'clock, I'm absolutely shattered at the moment.
Yeah, you're falling asleep.
I just fall asleep in front of the TV.
But you are waking up really early.
Very early.
You woke up at 4 o'clock and got up at 4 o'clock and did the dawn this week.
Again, that's on mini vlogs. Daily on Planet Vegetaria. That's Planet Vegetaria, a Facebook group by Richard and Paul. Richard and Paul since 2017. That's contractual. If you didn't already know it.
And you've uploaded those for this week?
Yes. The whole week's worth uploaded this morning at 7 o'clock.
Yeah, it was early again.
Well,
you brought me a cup of tea.
I did wake up early, and this is the problem with summer. This is why, one of the reasons why I don't like summer, as well as the heat, is the early light. You know, the minute that light starts to come through, I wake up, and I wake up fast and furious. No, I do. I just wake up, and I'm wide awake, ready to start my day.
And then it gets to 8 o'clock at
and
night.
I'm knackered. As it gets to 8 o'clock in the morning, and usually I'm wanting to go back to bed.
Why don't we shut the bathroom door?
We've tried.
And pull the blind down.
I do.
What, on the landing?
Yes. I do. It's the slightest chink wakes me up. Anyway. That's enough of our rambling all day. You don't want to hear that, do you?
But it's supposed to be really hot today.
Well, Really?
And it's
cold.
grey and cold.
I've got scarf. Where's that heat wave they said was arriving? No, not arrived. We're going now anyway. Say goodbye.
I've got my mini vlogs of a week at the plot going up tomorrow.
Copying
at some
me.
Point. Yeah. And I've also got another video that'll come out later in the week about the vinyl at the plot that I sorted out yesterday.
Oh, and I just wanted to say before we go, thanks again to Dave and Courtney for the wonderful scissors and the little pattern weights, the fabric weights.
They're very pretty.
I've used both already and they're fabulous. Love them. Thank you. Bloody thank you.
They're very nice scissors.
They are. It's all bloody lovely. And we're saying goodbye now, Paul.
Oh yeah, we're saying
That's
goodbye.
it. So take care.
I've got a loaf of bread rising.
Take care. See you very soon for more mini vlogs daily on Planet Vegetaria. And yeah,
And then
I'm
next
sure
week,
Paul will be providing you with more plot videos for your pleasure.
oh, and thank you to all the new subscribers who subscribed.
Yes, all you lovely new subscribers.
We've shot up by at least 15 billion in Mongolia.
And all the old subscribers, the old wrinkly faithful subscribers from the very beginning. In 2017, funnily enough. Yes. So bye for now. Say goodbye.
Bye.
And we'll see you very soon. Take care. Thank you, bloody thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. What do we press, Paul?
Bye.
Is it that button there?
It's that one.
Bye. Bye.
You're missing it.